Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Welcome you all to the show. This is the first day of Black History Month, which Black history is the world's history. It's the planet's history since the population began with melanated or black people. But what is black history, though? Really, I mean, if you sit back and think about it, what is black history for black people, really? It's marches, protests, slavery, injustice, poverty, bad food, bad diets, i.e. meaning the chitlins and all the foods that were forced upon black people. You heard the statement how white people ate high on the hog, and we had to make meals out of what was left, and usually it was the guts and the feet and the ears, and black folks turned that into a tasty meal, a delicacy. What else is black history about, right? Police brutality, police murder, planting evidence on young black men and women and saying that, hey, look what I found in his car. Come to find out the officer planted it. All right. Black men and women being hung in their jail cells and saying that it was suicide because they knew that they had the bagging of the sheriff and the judges. That's black history, right? Of the pain of being black in America, the spirituals of pain we have to sing out, hoping that others would hear and would show some type of sympathy or empathy towards us, and still, over 460 years, we still haven't gotten that or garnished that attention. What's going on? Right. Black history, where we had to fight, right, just to get MLK holiday when it was passed. They fought us on that. We finally got it passed, right, to honor our greats, right. We got some streets named after MLK. We have some streets named after Malcolm X, right? Marcus Garvey, right? Black history. Watching our leaders get shot down, killed, right? What is black history, and what should black history be truly? Because we're moving in a new paradigm. I'm sorry, y'all. When you look at black people, we have a vast, vast history. But we only focus upon a small, minute part of our history. We don't focus on the black gods and goddesses that was in existence since the annals of time, Oshun and Legba and all the way back to Osiris and Isis and Tutankhamun and all of these greats, Mansa Musa and the richest man that ever lived, right? Why are we not studying Mansa Musa and his life and how he done it, right? Why are we not studying Gaspar Yanga, right? Or Zumba in Brazil. Ganga Zumba in Brazil. Why are we not studying these folks? Why isn't there a curriculum, and it should be, not only in school, but in every black household, the teachings and the study of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. What are we saying? Look, I don't want to pick up these topics and studies because it might be offensive to white people. Is that what we're saying? It never ceased to amaze me the depths that we will go to in order to prove that we're okay to be around. To people who've shown that they do not have our best interests at heart. But we still want them to say, hey, look at me, I'm okay to be around you. It's okay to like me. And then they turn around telling you, look, I will never like you. I will ride with Donald Trump to the end. I'm talking about the 74 million to the 80-something million Trump supporters within America. They're saying I'm not obligated to like you, right? So now that we got that out the way, and we have to realize that they'll never see us as their equals, and we shouldn't want them to see us as their equal. When we have a vast amount of talent, resources, and knowledge to where we can blow this thing off the roof, meaning we can soar within our knowledge and within our education. And that's what I'm getting at. That is Black history. Black history is simply knowledge of what being black is. All the way down to the atomic atoms that's in melanin. That's Black history. Right. The makeup of melanin. It has a chemical compound. Look it up. That's Black history. All the way to that mass, that triple darkness in which the Creator created himself out of. That's Black history. All the way to the first man and woman that was created in the image and likeness of the first God. That's Black history. All the way down to Yakub creating the Adamic race, Caucasian race, through a system of grafting. That's Black history, right? All the way down to crossing the burning sands through the hills and cave sides of Europe, called the Caucasus Mountains, where they were bounded and lost the knowledge of self and went to living a beast life. That's our part of Black history. The Moors, right, conquering Spain and Portugal, right, up until 1491, 92 up in there. That's Black history, right? All the way from the expulsion of Jews, and I'm talking about black Jews out of Spain, and the traveling from Spain to Africa, the Americas. That's Black history. And the ones that remained in Spain and Portugal. Black history. The Black Irish. Black history. I mean, there's so much studying that we have to do. All the way to the black natives that was here before DeSoto, who built the mounds when they stated that they were bigger and darker Indians who built the mounds. But the what they would call the Eskimos, the people who traveled to the Americas and went to war with the original inhabitants of America and killed a bunch of the black natives in that war. That's Black history right here in the Americas. The Black Wall Street in Oklahoma. Not just the fact that they bombed it, the government bombed Black Wall Street, not that, but the mindset and the ideology to even build the Black Wall Street. That's the history we trying to extract. The Devil's Punch Bowl in Natchez, Mississippi. That's black history. Meaning that what was the mindset of the Caucasians who rounded up all the freed blacks right after the Civil War and murdered them. I mean, there was so much blood filled in that little quarry, and that's why they call it the Devil's Punch Bowl, because of the blood that it captured. I mean, blood was so high up to the Caucasian at that time, murderers, killers, devils, all the way up to their knees in black blood, man. What was behind the hate? That's black history, because you have to know what's behind it. You have to know why are these people so hell bent on wanting to see us destroyed. And you can find that in Francis Chris Wilson's teachings. Wow, black history. It's big. It's bigger than slavery, right? Black history is bigger than police brutality and injustice. Who do you think put the first knowledge on the planet? The first language wasn't a spoken language. The first language was more like a sign language, right? Then we created actual words with sound and meaning, right? After the first language, which was sign language, right? And all of this hasn't been taught. I understand why they set up laws back in slavery time where blacks couldn't learn to read or write. But I understand why they didn't want us to learn to read or write, because they didn't want any competition. If I have knowledge and you have knowledge, and matter of fact, if my knowledge exceeds yours, what it look like I'm sitting here working for you in the field and getting beat when I know more than what you know. And meaning that the slaves knew more than what the slave masters knew. They just couldn't communicate their thoughts and ideas in English. First, because they had to learn the English language, and two, they weren't allowed to read the English language or write the English language, purposely to create a disadvantage, right? Then they kept things moving so fast and vast to where it took generations to catch up, right? Now in 2021, we caught up, right? Meaning, when I say we caught up, meaning enough of black people, has caught up to level off the disadvantage, right? And then the beautiful thing about that, and that's what Pac was talking about when he said, each one teach one, those who have knowledge, then you go back, because it's bigger than, see, this show, Verbal Pick Radio, is bigger than I'm trying to get some likes and we trying to get some views and YouTube monetize me, and it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. It's about education and learning. And when you know, then you share that knowledge with someone else, because whether you know it or not, this is what you don't understand. When you gain a certain amount of knowledge, right, it starts to show on you and within your face and within your look. You can tell that you're a knowledgeable person because you can see it in your eyes. And you can tell a person who hasn't studied and has no knowledge, they have that look as well. Now, when you have knowledge, people start to notice you, and so their approach towards you is a little different. They approach you with intelligence, right? They they know you're not an easy mark or an easy target. Put it like that. And so when we start sharing a specific knowledge, and I'm talking about knowledge that's based in mathematics and science and proper study of history to extract that knowledge to where you're actually radiant, you're vibrating, you have that certain glow, self-esteem about yourself. You have that look, that energy that I can do it and I'm not afraid. And it's certain things has to be studied to get that knowledge. And that's why when you hear me on the show, I'm always saying, study the teaching of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Listen to Minister Farrakhan. Read your Quran. Understand the Bible. Look at Mansa Musa. Check into Noble Drew Ali. Check into Marcus Garvey. Keep growing on knowledge and keep building because you become a new person. Now, the knowledge that your slave master gave you in his history class was tailor made to keep the slave a slave. That's why Black History Month in school, especially when I was going to school, it was really about slavery and the injustice of black people, right? And at the end, we'd feel so bad, like, oh man, how could they do that to us? I mean, that's jacked up, right? But it still left you at the bottom looking up, right? They didn't give you knowledge showing where you were on top, and due to the wicked and immoral nature of a person who can even do something like that actually degraded themselves, and you were still up on high, and you had to go through a period of darkness, but at the end of that tunnel there was light, and you started moving because you prevailed and you didn't bow down and you didn't give up. See, they're not going to tell us the narrative from that perspective. They will always tell a narrative that you was broken, beaten down, impoverished, and you need the help of the ones that put you in that condition in order for you to rise out of that condition. Purposely done. Black history is about knowledge. And not the same, and we love Martin Luther King, believe me. We love Rosa Parks, believe me, right? But that's not even a minute fraction of black history. As I told you, you got Malcolm, you got Elijah, you got Farrakhan, you got Noble Drew Ali, you got Ganga Zuma, you got Gaspar Yanga, you got Paul Robeson, early years of Paul Robeson. You got so many, that you can study and learn from. Powerful people within history that was dropping knowledge in that science. But one of the greatest is the supreme wisdom that Master Farad Muhammad brought to America. How the black man is God. How Yaqub grafted the white man from the black man. Even gave you the diameter of the earth, how much the earth weighs, how much is land, how much is water. Wow. That's part of who you are. So, and you got to realize this too. A lot of our history is written in Spanish and Arabic of their history of accounts of what they saw when they first came to the Americas. You got, that's why it's good to learn different languages so you can go back and read what really happened. Because think about it. Think about it. If I'm the Caucasian, I put you in slavery, I'm going to want to hide everything I did to you because I don't want you to come up to be my equal. So if I got to write the history, I'm going to change a little bit here, reword it here, do a little bit over here, because I need you in a position of servitude, because if I'm Caucasian, by you being in a position of servitude, you actually raise me up and keep my self-esteem and my, ambitions together. Just by you being subservient, or even if you're not actually subservient, they have to create the look that you subservient. Sometimes just the look alone does the job. A picture is worth 1,000 words. They just create the look, and then they'll even pay black people to help create the look, so it can spread on to other black people, and they say, well, I'm this is what black is. I'm having a hard time. I'm going through something. Life is hell. They do that. And then you say, okay, well, tell me, who is your most influential person when it pertains to knowledge, right? And most of the time it's the same two: Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. Right? And I'm just simply saying, man, there's so many out there that was dropping science, dropping knowledge, didn't bow down, had a wealth of knowledge that you need to go and uncover and discover and add that to your repertoire and build. And when you do that, when you walk, you're going to walk like you got knowledge. You're going to walk strong, like like you can't bother me. You walking strong. So that's the purpose of that. So, I hope you all understand this is the first day of Black History Month. And so we got to dig into this thing, right? And extract the true knowledge of Egypt, the true knowledge of the Phoenicians, right? The true knowledge, right, of Assyria, Ethiopia, Africa in general. True knowledge of the Olmecs that they found, them black hits they found in Mexico. True knowledge of Mississippi and that Mississippi River, mound builders, the true knowledge of what went down at the Devil's Punch Bowl and Black Wall Street, all of that. True knowledge of what took place in Louisiana, Canada, the blacks that were in Canada, black tribes. I mean, it's an array. And once you start getting to all these knowledge and start learning, you start realizing, damn, we were everywhere, all over this globe, right? We were all connected. We were all one family. Verbal Peak Radio, we're out.